Yo, what's going on, guys? And of course, we're here with the Los Angeles Lakers offseason recap. If it is your first time tuning in, what we do here is we break down everything that went on in the offseason and then discuss what the roster looks like, the salary cap and its implications, and then what were the big picture takeaways. Before we start, I would like to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section, as I appreciate your thoughts and I'll respond to all of them. Now, if you enjoy this type of content, hit that like and subscribe button. It'll help out the channel a ton. So let's get right into today's video and discuss what they did this offseason. This is Luka Dončić's team. There were the rumors swirling about LeBron leaving. And what I can tell you, I did not hear this directly from a source. I obviously heard this from one agent, had another agent somewhat confirm it, and then had a colleague say he heard a similar thing from another agent. Basically, that if LeBron James were to leave, the only deal that I've heard remotely discussed, and the other team was hesitant to do it. And I don't know who brought the deal to the table or anything, but it was basically LeBron and Bronny swapped for Jared Allen, Darius Garland. That has not been confirmed by a Laker or a Cavalier source, just through agents and media, as at least something that may or may not have legs to that rumor. So just to keep that in mind, that's the only thing regarding LeBron James's potential departure from Los Angeles. And we all know the passive aggressive messaging that's gone on this offseason through Rich Paul and LeBron's camp. However, I and many others that I spoke to regarding this do believe that he loves La La Land and that he more than likely is going to stay there and retire probably next year. Maybe surprise us and do it this year, but more than likely next year. However, that's the only thing that I didn't write on here, and I felt like addressing it right out the gate because I do know it's something that people do care about, and I just feel like that's the only thing I've heard and the only thing that has substantiated newsworthy implications. So I expect him to stay here, and the only reason those two deals would work would be gives cap flexibility to Cavaliers and they go all in while they get rid of two players, one in Garland who might be overpaid, and both players are actually Garland, they are significantly better with him off the floor, and Jared Allen's, I think, like a net neutral almost. That's another reason. Either way, they drafted freak athlete and extremely good free throw drawer in Adou Thiero. I love Adou Thiero. I got to see him live. He can defend 1 through 4, jacked, and jump out the gym type athleticism. So they brought back the core around Luka and LeBron James regarding Rui Hachimura and Austin Reaves remained there. Yes, they made some acquisitions. Dorian Finney-Smith left, but Deandre Ayton coming out on a buyout, and this is a great signing, but obviously you have to remember there's a reason why guys get bought out, and if Deandre Ayton can be 75% of the guy that he was during some of those playoff runs for the Phoenix Suns, that's a win for the Lakers organization. He's going to be a lob threat for Luka Dončić. Then Marcus Smart gives them a point of attack defender that, albeit his health is going to be a reason to have some concern because that is the best availability is the best ability, and his durability has been questionable over the last couple of years. But this is a former defensive player of the year that, with the way the contract is structured, he's incentivized to play as much and rebuild this value to maybe get some money and cash in one last time in the offseason. And then Jake LaRavia, their first signing in free agency, kind of a utilitarian type guy who's going to be able to play the 3, maybe some small ball 4 and some big ball 2. He's a guy who can pass, dribble, shoot. His jump shot was shaky to come out, but it's improved over the last few years, as well as him being someone who's a better defender than he gets credit to. So this adds, some rim protection and decent finishing in Deandre Ayton. He also is, I'm not going to say a rim protector, but he's 7 foot tall basically. So he does, if he tries, give you an interior defender and some more presence in there. He's a big body and decent screener. Then you get a point attack defender in Marcus Smart, and you get a versatile forward to give you some depth and Jake LaRavia, and they did this without needing to sacrifice any draft capital. Now, let's go with what does this roster look like? Well, this roster currently is Luka Dončić, LeBron James, Austin Reaves as the big three, with Rui Hachimura playing the 4, and Deandre Ayton expected to be the 5. Jackson Hayes was brought back, and Christian Colocu is on a 2-way. They do have Arthur Kaluma and Eric Dixon, Augustus Marcilionis, and RJ Davis, all on Exhibit 10s, probably competing for the final 2-way spot that Chris Mannon and Christian Colocu occupy 2 out of the 3. And if I had to put my apples in somebody's basket, it's probably going to be Eric Dixon, the all-time leading scorer in Villanova history and led the nation in scoring last year. He's a small ball 5 and a combo forward, more natural, a stretch small undersized 4, who's an insanely good rebounder and scorer. He fits kind of their positional need in the play style. While the rest of the guys who don't make the team, if they don't sign a 2-way with another squad, they will join the South Bay Lakers and get a $50,000 bonus if they stay on the roster for more than 60 days. Now, the rest of the roster, Maxi Kleber and Gabe Vincent are the 2, and some might say Jared Vanderbilt, again, due to his availability being questioned, and that he might have been replaced with Jake LaRavia, Marcus Smart, and Adou Thiero. But Jared Vanderbilt, Gabe Vincent, and Maxi Kleber are the 3 contracts to watch if they were going to trade something. And I guess if they weren't going to use draft capital, Dalton Knecht is expected to be that trade sweetener if they had to use somebody. They have Ronnie James still, and obviously Marcus Smart being the one that we didn't mention. Gabe Vincent also had some moments. Now, obviously, LeBron James is the highest paid player on this team. Then it's Luka Dončić, Rui Hachimura, Austin Reaves, Jared Vanderbilt, Gabe Vincent, and Maxi Kleber. As I mentioned, those 3 contracts right there, that's $34 million that you could trade and maybe look for somebody who's an expiring contract or on a descending contract or contract extension eligible that those guys could be utilized in a package to get. And I think they've done a good job of setting up their cap space, as currently total payrolls at just under $195 million, which puts them a little over, or just under $7 million over the luxury tax, which the repeater tax puts them at $21 million. And they are under the apron by $1.1 million and $13 million below the second apron. So they're not really being impeded by any way. We mentioned Davis, Marcilionis, Kaluma, and Dixon all competing for the 2-way, or they'll be on the G League affiliate of the Lakers, while Colocu and Mannon were both on 2-ways. So what did we see? Well, their offseason goals seem to have been building up depth without using assets, while getting away from any apron pressure that could restrict cap flexibility, while adding players like Deandre Ayton, Marcus Smart, and Jake LaRavia, which gives you interior presence, defense, and size. I think the thing that the reports of Dončić's extension and his role in recruiting other help has been huge. He got paid. That's what they needed. And then the reported sale of Mark Walter at $10 billion is going to give this team some financial, infusion that they've lacked, just because the way the Buss family ran this organization was as a small business or a family-ran business. So they're going to have some financial muscle brought in there. And then on paper, that Houston, Denver, and Clippers are all better teams, as they had, I would say, better off seasons. But I think the Lakers closed the gap and are definitely going to be a top 6 seed while still being able to keep flexible. So what are we looking at? How's Deandre Ayton's rim gravity with LeBron and Dončić on offense going to be? Is he going to be able to defend? Will Smart's defense next to Reaves and health be able to help push them to being better on defense? And Dalton Knecht, Thiero, and LaRavia's minutes behind LeBron and Rui, and even Jared Vanderbilt, as Vanderbilt is going to be a big now. I think he's smart. And this is a team that has a thin margin under the first apron, so it could see another move be made during the season. But I think they're in a good position to capitalize and be a dark horse contender. So if you made it to the end of the video, I do appreciate you guys for sticking around. Hit that like and subscribe button. It'll mean a ton and help us grow. That's it for me. I'm Ciro Sale. You can check out more of my work at hoopshype.com.